to hit the record button. So I hit it now. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna do a little work with the abdominals. So I want you to come down to your mat, lie on your back. Well, do you want to watch first? I guess I should show you first what we're gonna do, because it's gonna be a little different than what you've been doing. Let me make sure. All right. So the first time, we'll come down and we'll be in this resting position. And then I'm going to have you take your hands behind your head. And you're going to walk the feet out. With the exhale, I'm going to lift my legs. Do you remember Pac-Man? The little game Pac-Man? So you're going to be a little Pac-Man shape. I'm going to have my elbows toward each other. With my next exhale, I'm going to slide my lower ribs down, and I'm going to hold my head with my hands. I'm going to lower the head and the feet. I'm not going to pull my neck, but I am just going to do these little Pac-Man, about 6 of them. Okay? So go ahead, lie on your back. Take your hands behind your head. Walk the feet out wider. Take a deep inhale, and with your exhale, lift your feet from the ground. So you could just do the lower body part, or you could just do the upper body part, or you could try both. So you've hopefully lifted the shoulders from the ground. Your lower front ribs have been sliding down. Find your breath, rest your head in your hands. And exhale, take the chest and the feet away from each other and back and forth. Actually, the exhale will have on the lift, the inhale on the lower, and you'll go like 4, 3, 2, 1, and then rest the toes, the feet, and the head, and relax. You can walk the feet back to hip distance. And then coming up on your forearms. So I'm up on my forearms and I'm looking toward my knees. Straighten the right leg on the ground. Now, once again, I'm going to think about my lower front ribs coming more down. I don't mind my shoulders rolling forward. And I'm going to lift the right leg up. Inhale, I'll lift it up. Exhale, I won't rest it, I'll just lower it. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. And I'm going to keep the lower front rib cage down towards the pelvis. The exhale, the leg goes away. The inhale, I lift it up. This movement, the leg is moving. So it's like 4 more. 3, 2, and the last one. I'm going to bend the right knee, right foot on the ground. Deep breath in. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Lift it up on the inhale. Exhale, I'm going to lower it and up. And it doesn't matter which way the breath is going, the inhale and the exhale. Do what feels right. Just keep the breath moving. And we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2 more, And then we bring the left foot down, and we're gonna bring the upper body back down and rest. Excellent, great. Let's go ahead and straighten the right leg on the ground and take the arms and inhale, reach them up, overhead, on the ground, palms toward the sky, and reach from right low belly to the right heel, right low belly to the right hand. Bend the right knee, right foot on the ground, straighten the left leg, and again, left low belly to the left heel, left low belly to the left heel. And then we'll bend that knee. Let's roll over to one side. Use the arms to push yourself up. And you'll come around to all fours. And here, if you're coming to all fours, I want you to take left leg back, right arm straight ahead. Can the breath be smooth? And then lower. Right leg back. And left arm forward, reaching out the ball of the right foot. But what's happening through the core of the body, that's the more interesting part. And then lower. And then you're going to take either puppy, where you walk the hands forward, or downward facing dog. Bend your left knee, reach back through the right heel. And you're reaching shoulder blades to the upper arms, right? Outer shoulder blades to upper arms. All the way into the index finger knuckle. As you reach the right heel to the ground. If doing this is too hard, do a calf stretch at the wall. Where you'd have the hands on the wall, left foot forward, right foot back. Reaching the right heel back, stretching the calves. And then switch legs. So if you're in downward dog, you're going to bend the right knee. You're still strongly reaching to the arms, and you're going to reach the left heel back. If you're at the wall, you're going to have right foot forward, left foot back, left heel on the ground, right knee over the right ankle, not in front of it. If you're in downward facing dog, pick up the left heel and now just reach both heels. Even if they don't touch the ground, reach equally through the inner heel, the outer heel. Great. And then if you're in downward dog, walk your hands towards your feet. If you're at the wall, walk your feet up towards the wall. All of us are coming up to standing. Great. Okay. So now we're going to take that and we're going to take some step back. Aha. So with these ones, we're going to do step backs. So make sure you can either be on your mat, at the top of the mat, and the mat is clear, where you're going to step back behind you. That's what I would do, but I'm going to do it this way so you can just see better. So I know that I have room behind me. And so what we'll do is we'll inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, you make a little bend to the knees. Shift the weight to the right and step the left foot back, pull with the fists. Okay, inhale, we're going to step forward. Exhale, right foot back. That's the exhale. We could go out the mouth, a forceful exhale. We're going to inhale, step back up. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale up. Inhale. Reach way back. Left foot back. Inhale up. Last time, both sides. Exhale, right foot back. Inhale up. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Relax your arms. Close your eyes so you can just notice. Feel your heart rate. Great, all right. So now, let's see, we're gonna grab our blocks because we're gonna take the side angle. We're gonna open through the side body. So we'll take a wide stance. And we'll turn the back foot in and the front foot out. Block out the outer right shin. And maybe you need 2 blocks. So give yourself enough support. All right. Right foot out, left foot in. Inhale, take the arms out. Exhale to Parshvakonasana, side angle. Can you reach from the outer edge of the left shoulder blade, the lifted arm, to the upper arm bone? Oh, and then don't forget to reach, crest to the pelvis on that extended back all the way to the back heel. Inhale, come up. And we'll switch to the other side. So you have a prop available. Inhale the arms out. Exhale to side angle. Keep your breath going. Keep your breath smooth. Are you lengthening out your left inner thigh or whichever leg is forward? Lengthen that towards the knee. So Lynn, we're gonna take your left knee a little towards your left elbow. Move the left, yeah, keep going. Just the knee, not the foot. Take the knee towards your elbow on your left. Bend your knee. Bend the knee, there you go, yep. Good, great. That's it, and then, yeah, that's it, Jackie. Great. I love that you turned your head there. Nice. Evelyn, I'd go a little longer. Take your back foot back a little farther so you can find a little more length in the body. Yeah, and see what that feels like. Good. And then with the next inhale, go ahead and come up. Oh, sorry, Diego. Good. Okay. And let's, sorry, I gotta figure out what was I thinking? Oh, yeah. Let's make the feet parallel. And we'll bring our blocks around to the front. If we need them, we're taking hands up on the hips. Lift through the top of the breastbone. Energize from the back of the armpit towards the elbows and begin to bow forward. Hands can come down and find either the blocks, because we want the knees to be straight. Sometimes it's helpful to have the hands on your blocks. And check, if you were to drop a plumb line from the shoulder, would it land at the wrists? Have the wrists under the shoulders, not the fingers under the shoulders. Are the sit bones, can you move your sit bones wide apart? And then let's take your right hand, it might be on a block, so I'll put a block in that space between my two hands. Put your right hand on it, left hand up on your hip, and we're gonna twist. So reach into the hand on the block as you turn. Exhale back to center, switch your hands. Right hand up on the hip. Reach into the hand on the block from the back of that left shoulder blade, reaching down and beginning to turn. Deep breathing, in through the nose, out through the nose. And then we'll exhale, come back to center. Great. We'll take the hands back, a little wider. Inhale, and we're gonna exhale, bend the knees and just make a little hop to center and bring the knees to the ground. All right. So I wanna do one more strengthening with the arms. So at this point, Lise, you might go back and do a little bit more abdominal work would be one option for these, or you might do a pec stretch at the wall. Some of us are going to take our two blocks end to end. And we're gonna take, this is where we want some, if you have a bolster, you'll be glad. You're gonna put blanket, all of us, we're gonna make a little stack, or we're gonna make a big stack. I'm gonna actually put at least, I'm gonna go with like 4 blankets. I don't know if you have that many. You might have a bolster. I wanna see what, it's looking good. Whatever you got, if you only have 2 blankets, then you'll just use 2. And then before I show you what we're gonna do, let's just have a reminder about the anatomy piece. All right, so let's look at the arm for a moment. Take your arm, hold it palm up to the ceiling, turn the palm down to the ground. So you see the elbow doesn't change that much, right? Because unless you have a fusion in the lower arm, we have that great design to be able to rotate our forearm, right? So let's remember, this is the inner elbow. No matter when my hand is like this is still the inner elbow. So that means that this is the outer elbow. And in a moment, I'm gonna have my hand on the ground and they're gonna be like this. And when we're there, I'm gonna say, reach from your outer elbow to your index finger knuckle. Outer elbow to your index finger knuckle. And you're gonna reach from your inner elbow around your bicep all the way to this corner back here where the arm bends down So you're gonna be like this, and you're gonna reach outer elbow to index finger knuckle, inner elbow around the bicep, back here. You'll feel what's gonna happen. It's gonna look something like where I'm gonna come over my little stack. I'm gonna lie on top of it. I'm gonna scoot a bit forward. Yeah, princess in the pea moment. I'm gonna slide my hands back so that my forearms are more vertical. And I'm gonna go outer elbow to the index finger knuckle, inner elbow, cross the bicep to the arm. Just gonna pull my arms close to me. See if I can lift my pubic bone towards my navel. That might be all I can do, or maybe I can push myself up. Same action when I lower down, especially inner elbow to the back of the deltoid, outer elbow towards the knuckle. Ta-da. Okay? You got your little stack? So you're gonna lie over your stack. Pull the hands back so that the forearm is more vertical. Those of you who've been doing strength and conditioning, you'll remember this one. All right, here we go. Outer elbow to index finger knuckle, reach. So you'll feel that strength. Inner elbow, cross the front of the bicep to the back of the deltoid, right at that crease. Can you take your pubic bone towards your belly button? Maybe that's it. Or exhale and see if you can push yourself up. And same grace, lower yourself down. All right, you're gonna do 2 more. I'm just gonna come and watch in case I can give you any suggestions. Let's see. You might pull your hands back just a little, Anne. Pull your hands back a little. Those look good, Lise. Excellent, Lynn. Let's go for it, Ingrid. Yeah. And then make sure when you press up the belly, can the belly take the belly up, take the pelvis up. Yeah, go Colleen. There you go. That's it. Yeah, it's harder when you don't have as many blankets, isn't it? Good. Good. Yeah, it is. Excellent. What great. Okay. You're welcome to do one more and as you do, so there's the pressing up, outer elbow to index finger knuckle. Inner elbow, cross the bicep there you go, right at the back of the shoulder. Lift your pubic bone up. See if you can press yourself up. Now the lower down is actually harder to try to get the chest down before the belly. Good work, everybody. It's a lot of work. Great. All right, and then you're gonna press yourself. You're gonna go from this, drop the knees, child's pose. Excellent, great. And then we're gonna do one Salavasana with our little stack. We did this, we've done this before. You're gonna come forward, whatever height you've got, lie over it. I like to have my toes down initially. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I'd like you to lift the top of the breastbone, roll those inner collarbones. Then start to take the arms back, palms facing toward the midline. Reach from the back of the armpit toward the elbow and maybe lift the feet. And release. Hands come down, knees comes down. If you're doing this, you're gonna either press to child's pose or downward facing dog. In your downward dog, you could stack your little pile for a little rest for the forehead, or the right at that space between the hairline and the forehead. All right. And if you're in downward dog, you're going to walk your hands towards your feet. And we're going to move, take our blankets off our blocks, take them out of the way. That's a workout in itself. They're heavy. Blocks to the top of the mat. All right. And let's come up to standing. Okay. Let's take a strap for a moment. Take one of your straps and make a loop in your strap. If you don't have a strap, you might consider ordering one from Hugger Mugger. That's where I would order a strap from, is Hugger Mugger. Or it might be on that yoga accessories. They have such good prices. All right, so you made a loop. The loop is about the width of the arms. And you're going to take this behind you. So that when you take it behind you, the wrists are in the strap. So before we lift up, let me just bring your attention to right at the, probably about the bottom of the bra even. There, right there on the ribs. In a moment, I want you to be lifting all the way up from that rib point to the crease of the front of the armpit. And from the back of the armpit toward the elbows, okay? So you got the strap behind you. All right, here we go. So we're gonna lift from that front, from what I was saying, the rib point, to the front crease of the armpit. And from the back of the armpit down towards the elbows. And let's keep lifting through the front. So we've got a little bit of a back bend in the upper back. And then exhale, release. Great. Can we take the strap and make the loop even bigger? So this time it's wider than my arms, the loop itself, wider than my arms. I'm going to take it back behind me again and take a wide stance. Make your feet parallel, but you've got the wrists in your strap. All right, pressing out on the strap. Inhale deeply, lift through the top of the breastbone, and exhale to bow forward. I'm keeping my shoulder blades toward the waist. And exhale, as my shoulder blades stay toward the waist, I'm gonna bring my arms towards overhead. Inhale, come up. And step the feet back together. And take the strap off. Make the loop smaller in your strap. You don't need it because it doesn't matter. Take the strap in your right hand. with the strap in the right hand. Just make sure you're not going to bonk yourself with the buckle. And then you're going to, this is palm up, and then you're going to bring the hand around towards your left, up and over your head. So now you've got the strap dangling down in the back. Take the left arm out, turn it thumb down, reach back behind you, and just grab onto the strap, not high up, just grab onto it down low. And then walk the forearm across the back of your body, and then take the hand and walk it up the strap. So now we're in Gomukhasana arms. Gomukhasana arms. So we've got on the back body, your left forearm is connected to your body. The left forearm is connected to the body, and you're going to lengthen from your right outer armpit towards your right elbow. And you can allow the chin to come down a little and lengthen the back of the neck. So you've almost got a almost Jalandhara Bandha. Still lengthening from right outer armpit towards the elbow. And then we'll release. Release the bottom arm, top arm comes around. Switch hands. So now you might have to strap in your left hand if I'm being your mirror. And you're going to take this arm and bring it like around the front of the body. It's kind of like a do-si-do move. And so that the left elbow is pointing towards the sky, right hand is down the back. Take the right arm out, thumb down, reach behind you, and just grab onto the strap down low. And then move the right elbow towards midline and walk your hand up your strap. Start to lengthen from your left outer armpit towards your left elbow. This might be a time for a pec stretch, huh, Lise? Because this is a lot for the elbows, I'm sure. Lengthening up towards that left elbow. The back of the forearm is still against the body on the back arm, still against the body. And then we'll release the bottom arm and bring the top arm over. And just pause. All right, then we're going to set your strap off to one side. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your hands in front of your heart. There's the touching of your hands. Releasing your arms, and inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, right foot back. You can pull your blocks back as you step back into this lunge. Come to fingertips. And reaching, like as if you want to really find the ground. You really want to reach firmly from the back inner thigh all the way to the ball of the right foot. Feel that touch into the ground and begin to come upright. Inhale, lift the arms. Inhale the arms out. Exhale, bow forward. And you might step to plank. You can lower both knees, or if you want to keep the knees lifted, you could shift a little forward. And remember the outer elbow to the index finger knuckle, inner elbow, cross the bicep, lower yourself. Good. And relax the legs. Pull the hands back. Once again, there you are. Outer elbow to index finger knuckle, inner elbow, cross the bicep to that back corner of the armpit, posterior deltoid. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. And with the next exhale, step the right foot forward. You might grab your blocks and bring them back. Reaching back and reaching down, right? So like right in, I'm looking for my right upper inner heel. And we've transitioned. Inhale the arms out. Exhale, bow. Inhale, step forward. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands, Anjali Mudra. And release your arms. Okay, great. And of course, if you have questions anytime, you're always welcome to ask.
I'm going to have you grab your strap again and bring that loop back into your strap. What size is this loop? This loop is going to go, I'm going to put it around my left thigh. It's not like I'm cinching it super tight, but it's staying there pretty good. The tail's going to go behind me. And I'll show you. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take triangle pose with the top arm behind. So I'll have, you know, whatever height blocks I need. If I need 2 blocks, I'll use 2, 1 block, whatever it is. Got that there. And I'm going to inhale my arms out. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring the backhand behind me. And it's going to grab on either to the loop or to this tail. Whichever my hand can reach. I'm going to put it inside my loop. Reach this arm out. And I'm coming down to triangle pose. So I'm going to balance the weight in my front foot so that the weight is balanced in my hips. I am going to reach a little from the back of my right armpit towards my right elbow. My head, I could bring wherever is comfortable. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let's take the strap. Let's do your right leg. Unless you already have it on the left. I don't know. Whatever you've got, do it that way. If it's on the left, leave it on the left. You might have already done that because that's what I did. And then whichever leg you've got the strap on, turn that foot out and have your prop on that side. And then take your backhand and reach it behind you. So the palm is going to be facing behind you. So when you stick your hand in that loop, right, the palm is facing back. If the hand's in the loop, or maybe the hand's on the strap. But the palm is going to face behind you. Inhale the forward leg arm out. And exhale, coming down. Hand finds the block. Balance the weight in the front foot, front hip, and then start to reach from the back of that armpit towards the elbow. I think you could do this, Lise. I don't think it's too straining on the elbow. And you're starting to turn. You're starting to turn open. Yeah, like that, Linda Kay, great. Like that, Evelyn. The head in any comfortable position. Deep breathing. And you might, Lise, I don't know, what about straightening the front leg? Yeah. And Jackie, longer stance. Take a little longer stance. You've got more stride available. Good. And then let's inhale and come up. That looks great, Linda Valentine. Beautiful. Great. Release that side. And take the strap off, and let's do the other leg. Any questions on this before you do the other side? So you're bringing that strap around the other thigh. That'll be your forward leg. So when you're ready, take that leg forward. And the other leg back. So both legs are straight. And then you're going to reach the back arm back to find either the strap or the loop on the back leg. Is that on your back leg, Anne? I can't quite tell. I'm hoping. The loop is on the back leg. Oh, you know what? You want the loop on the front leg. So that would be your front leg. Sorry, did I say back leg? The loop is on your front leg. Yeah, like that, Anne. So make that your front leg. There you go. Okay. And then your backhand reached behind to grab the strap. Great. And then inhale, take the front leg arm forward. And exhale, start to come down. So there you would, and least you'd reach really actively through the lower left inner thigh towards the knee, all the way into the heel. Where's the weight in my front foot? Where is the weight? Is it balanced in the front foot, or is all the weight at the outer heel? And then can you reach from on the back arm, from the back of that armpit, all the way towards the elbow, through the tricep, towards the elbow? And when you do, does that turn the chest open? Yes, it did. That's beautiful to see. And the gaze in a comfortable place. Good. You might even, Lynn Rare, pull your block towards you so you don't have to reach so far for it. Pull it back. There you go. Yeah. Good. Great. That was a beautiful opening, Linda. Okay, whatever you just did. Good. Beautiful, Noreen. Your head position looks really good there. Yeah. Wonderful, everyone. Good. And then let's inhale and come back up. And we'll take the strap off our leg. All right, we'll just sit it off to the side. Inhale, lift both arms up. And exhale, bring the hands back in front of your heart. One more time, inhale, lift both arms. And exhale, hands, Anjali Mudra. And release both arms. All right, so I want to bring this to a supported bridge pose. We might find we like having more height. So we've got 2 blocks, a strap, and a blanket. So when you come down, you're going to take one of your blankets to go underneath the shoulders. You've got your 2 blocks available. And your strap, you're going to want that loop to be bigger. How big? Not super huge, but probably a little narrower than the upper arm bones. Maybe just a tiny bit narrower. All right. So that now, when you come down, you're going to take the shoulders on the blanket, the head on the floor. But you're going to touch the top of the shoulders to make sure there's a few inches between the tops of your shoulders and the end of your blanket. The cervical spine is free. Only like C7 is really on the blanket. I'm going to reach down and go, okay, there's my block. So I'm going to lift up my pelvis and I'm going to put 1 block. And some of us might go 2 blocks under the bony pelvis. And some of us might go, we do a little check-in with ourselves and we go, what's the low back shape? What's the lumbar spine shape? And do I feel like I could open the front of my thighs more? Not my lumbar spine more. This space at the front of the hip. So if I feel like I've got the space for that, then I might come up and take this block a little higher. Then I'm going to take my strap, no matter which blocks, I could be on 1 block, 2 blocks, whatever. The strap goes between the blocks and the feet. And then I'm going to reach from the outer armpit to the elbows. Lift from that, remember at the side of the ribs toward the upper inner armpit.
Deep breathing, and again, I'm checking in and I'm going, am I still engaged from the outer armpit toward the elbow and from the side of my rib cage towards my inner armpit? I might stay here. This feels so nice. Or I might take this into a version of a shoulder stand. The gaze, even if the eyes are closed, the eyeballs are turning toward the belly. But check in with yourself. Are you still engaged from the outer armpit toward the elbows? From the rib cage side to the inner armpit? Is the breath still coming in through the nose and out through your nose? That looks great, Lise. And Jackie, you might just engage a little more the inner thigh, all the way up to the balls of the feet. There you go. Reach those legs up. Yeah. And let's see, Evelyn. I don't know if your blocks are feeling tippy or not, but you're going to want your legs to come just a little more towards your face. And it might just be the blocks getting a little, need to shift a little more up and under the pelvis. Take the bottom block. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, your kitty wants to help you. I wish it could. That's it, Colleen. Really lengthening all the way up through the legs. Good. Great, Bella. That looks great. And Linda K, are the legs could they go away from the face a little? Of course, I can't completely see, but right there seems to be a little more vertical, but I could be wrong. Good. And then with your next exhale, you'll go ahead and bend the knees. Bring the feet to the ground. And take the hands from the block. Move one of the blocks out of the way. And then when you lift the hips again, lift the back of the head and walk towards your head so that you can bring your blanket under your pelvis and rest. The pelvis is still a little higher than your shoulders. All right, wonderful. Can you go ahead and roll over to one side and use your arms to push yourself up? Let's take your blanket. Let's take Marityasana 3. So we might sit on one blanket. We might sit on two. And sometimes, because my knees like to hyperextend, I don't know if yours do, you might put a little lift out when the right leg is straight, just a little support under that right knee. All right. We're going to take Marityasana 3, we know it. So we're going to bring left hand behind you, and either the hand, the knee and the crease of the elbow, or for some of you, the outer elbow. And we're going to turn toward the left. And exhale back to center. Switch sides. So
turning towards the bent knee. So it might be right hand behind you, clasping the left knee in the elbow, or the outer elbow. And then exhale and come back to center. Achoo, thank you. Okay, then we're gonna come down to the ground. And we're gonna come to Shavasana, and you might enjoy having one of your blankets opened up from like the way it used to go on the shelf. And then another blanket on top of that one, folded in the same way, but just stair stepped back the slightest amount. If you have more blankets, you might do the same thing. If you only have 2, great. If you've got 3 or 4, stack them up there with just little stair steps. Then you scoot yourself toward it, but you don't put the pelvis on it. But I bend my knees, lie down, and I want to make sure that those blankets just meet my sit bone or at the back of the pelvis, and then I put my legs up on this patio for Shavasana. We're going to take Shavasana, and then we'll come up for a little pranayama. whether we touch only what we see, or the mystery of what lies beneath the veil of what we see. We are made for unending meeting and exchange, while having to hold a coherent mind and body, physically or imaginatively, which in turn can be found and touched itself. We are something for the world to run up against and rub up against through the trials of love, through pain, through happiness, through our simple everyday movement through the world. Deepening your breathing and make a mindful transition to your side and back up to sitting. So I want you to take the next few minutes. You have the option of either practicing just your balanced ujjayi breathing, or taking sitali, that cooling breath where you're like drawing the breath in, like you're breathing, you're inhaling through a straw and exhaling out your nose. So when you're ready, if you're able to roll the tongue, bring the breath in that way. Keep going, and please take your time and enjoy the sipping of the breath, the pause at the top of your inhale, and your long, slow exhale out your nose. Notice where you feel the breath as it comes in across the tongue or the outer teeth, how the breath touches you. And at the bottom of your next exhale, release any control on your breath. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Stop that recording.